What an X Factor performance once again from Coventry on the road against Millwall, a 4-0 win. And honestly, again, it wasn't our best football. At times, yes, we showed good passing patterns, but Millwall actually put a good fight to us. We're only 1-0 up till the 65th minute where Haji Wright did score that header. And oh my God, what a cross it was. And everybody's referring to that Keith Houchin header in the 87 final for Coventry against Tottenham Hotspur. Like looking back at the game, the first half, I think Millwall were actually a good side. They put a test to us. I think it was 50-50. They had some good chances. We had some good chances. Victor Torp hit the post in the first half. Should have been a penalty on Eccles. I'm seeing a lot of people say that it's not, and I'm seeing a lot of people say that it is. So technically, if it's a 50-50 call like that, the ref doesn't have to give it. So I'm not too concerned about that one there. Ellis Sims came off the bench and scored a tap in. I mean, this guy, he is so good at the moment. The last two games he came on and proved why he should be in contention starting up front alongside Haji Wright, or even for Haji Wright, because he's affecting the game that Haji isn't at the moment. He's linking up play, he's winning the headers, he's winning the balls, and he's actually putting in effort now, and that's all we've asked for him this whole entire season. And his last two games, he's finally started to do it. Finally, the last goal came Kessler Hayden. What an actual guy he is. He came back from injury, scores a goal today. Yeah, it's a deflection, but it's the movement off the ball. He waits for the overlap for Van Ivek, plays him in, gets the cut back, shifts it onto his left foot, takes the shot, deflects in, but that happens in football. If you don't shoot, you don't score. That's the number one rule, and he shot the ball with his weak foot, and it went in the back of the net. Sakamoto today, absolutely terrible on that right-hand side. He did one good cross, and that was about it. He needs to step up his game. Otherwise, when Mason Clark comes back into it, I could see him being dropped for Brandon Thomas Asante, him being pushed out on the right-hand side, Mason Clark on the left, and Haji Wright up front. He needs to improve his performances really soon. Flexibility is another thing that I've noted in Lampard, and he's done it again today. He went with a back five around the 65th, 70th minute today. Wolverhampton finally gets his first appearance for Coventry, not start, appearance. When he came on, you could see he's really commanding at that back. He was communicating with the defenders, with the goalkeeper, and yeah, we conceded a few more chances with a back five compared to a back four, but Millwall were 2-0 down by that stage, and they've got to go for it. There's no point of them just sitting back, so of course they're going to throw the kitchen sink at us, and it just didn't really do anything. They had a couple of good chances. I think the goalkeeper Rushworth today, again, absolutely great in goal. He got a low rating on FOTMOB alongside Sakamoto, but I feel like he did really good, especially in that second half, commanding his box. His distribution was really good, and he just seems to be coming into the team. Maybe we did judge him a little bit too harshly. It's 3 clean sheets in a row now, and this is where you can start to see patterns evolve in players and see how good they actually are. What shocked me in this game is Victor Torp actually came off a little bit early, around the 55th, 60th minute mark. He might have been carrying an injury, it might have been a knock to his foot, hopefully not. But if that's the case anyways, we've got the international break coming up after the Sheffield Wednesday game, and I think Jamie Allen can come into that midfield and play a pivotal role. Again today, he comes on and he just does the basic stuff. I absolutely love Jamie Allen, and I can't believe there were people saying that we should sell him because of his age, because he's not good enough, because he's too small. You need those type of players in the game. Somebody to just come on for 20, 30 minutes and just do the exact same thing. Probably not as good as Victor Torp, or sometimes a little bit better. It depends on what situation he finds himself in, but he just shows that he's a vital team member to this squad, and that's what you need. And as I said before, Millwall are an actually decent side. Not many teams go to the Den and actually get a good victory like that. Yeah, we took our chances. We didn't create necessarily too much, but is that on us, or is it on them for defending so poorly? I don't think they defended that bad today. I feel like we just took our chances, and you need that sometimes in football. You're not going to create clear-cut chances every single game. That's not going to happen. When you're not doing that, you've got to take your chances, and this kind of reminded me of the QPR match in that sort of sense. Not in the style of play. It was a totally different game. We dominated QPR. Whilst in this game here, it was more of a 65-35. But it's because we took our chances in both games, and that's why we're getting big score lines right now, and that's why our goal difference in the league is actually immense. We are doing such a good job with goal difference. 3 clean sheets, as I said before, in a row. Leicester, Birmingham, and then also this game against Millwall. Confidence is breeding into the side, and you could say, yeah, the international break coming up is a little bit unfortunate for us just because of the run that we're on, but at the same time, we've got injuries to Jack Rodoni, Mason Clark, and so because of that, the international break does come out at a good time, but at the same time, it doesn't come at the good time because we've got 4 wins, 4 draws, and 0 losses in the league. On FOTMob, they gave man of the match to Van Ivek at right back. Honestly, it could have been any player. I think Haji Wright was hard done by. Yeah, he scored 2 goals today, but I think the overall play of Van Ivek was better than Haji. But, you know, as a goal scorer, you most of the time get those man of the match awards. So I'm really not too fussed about that. It was great to see the fans in the away stand. We are absolutely immense. Any away day, any home day, we put on a good performance. And you could barely even hear the Millwall fans today, let's be honest. And then at 3-0, you could see more seats empty than more seats full in that stadium. It was pitiful by Millwall fans. I don't blame them necessarily because you're 3-0 down, beat the traffic, but anything can happen in football. We've seen that time and time again. But when it went to 4-0, that killer blow in the last couple of minutes, game over, man, game over. And what I'm finding about this side here, there's a unity in this team. And what I love about this team is there's a unity within this squad. And Doug King actually said this when talking about transfers and talking about the club in a recent interview. He said that he prefers more of a lean squad compared to a bloated squad. And I understand that to a certain extent. Probably 18, 17 players you want because everybody has a chance of playing a game rather than having 24, 22, where some players know they're definitely not going to play. And then that can affect team morale. It can affect training. It can affect everything. But because we're in a good state right now, that's working towards us. I feel like if we weren't doing so well, everyone would be complaining a little bit more about the squad depth that we have. But because we're doing so well, there is little chatters about how the squad is not as big as it should be, but honestly, to me, at the moment, I look at the bench options. You've got some good options tonight. I feel like Lampard is giving game time to players who deserve it, and game time when we're winning these sort of games. And it's a good thing that we're winning these sort of games, because if you have a squad, a lean squad like we do, you need them playing minutes in the league, and that's what we did today. Rotation is key, especially when you go 2-3-0 up. You know the game's done. There's no point keeping those players on, especially because we've got the game against Sheffield Wednesday coming up, which could be abandoned, could not be. Let's see what happens there. They're going to be hit with a 15-point deduction, Sheffield Wednesday, which is very harsh on them. Like, I know the fans don't deserve it. The club does, though, because they're not actually paying people's wages, which I feel for the staff, I feel for the players. I don't feel for the owner, but I feel that especially for the fans. I think at times today, the midfield battle, we did actually lose it, especially in the first half when they were attacking us. I feel like they dominated the ball. I feel like sometimes we'll pin back, but defensively, we were assured today. There was no way they were getting through our defense. And then in the second half, we came into it a little bit. Yeah, we gave them a little bit more room on that left-hand side where they were attacking, where we had Van Ivek a right back. But we definitely wanted them to do that because they weren't threatening us down the left-hand side. Jay Da Silva got caught out a couple of times, but it was still a really good performance from him. And then on our right-hand side, doubling up with Sakamoto and Van Ivek or Kessler Hayden. They just couldn't do anything at all. So it was a really impressive performance from our team in total. That's my match reaction. I would give that one a 7.5 out of 10. And here we are, my man of the match for the game. I've got to give it to the Don Haji Wright. MV at right back did absolutely class. Grimes again in the midfield did a really good job. I think Thomas Asante on the left-hand side, he could have done a bit better, but he showed signs that he is improving on the wing. But I have to give it to my man, the Don Haji Wright. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Coventry 4, Millwall 0. We are second in the league. We are coming for the title. Middlesbrough, you better watch out because we're the better team and we are going to win this league.